Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering Conti Ransomware, a successor of Ryuk ransomware, joined the trend of operating data leak websites. The SunCrypt ransomware gang joins the larger Maze ransomware cartel. And browser-based cryptojacking sees an increase in activity in 2020. Unfortunately, for the victims of cybercrime, larger ransomware gangs have gotten into the habit of creating so-called leak sites where sensitive documents from companies who refuse to pay the ransomware decryption fee are leaked to the public. These leak sites are part of a new trend known as double extortion. This double extortion scheme was executed in August of 2020 against the University of Utah. The university's management would subsequently pay $457,000 to a ransomware gang, and in a statement posted on its website, the university attempted to justify the payment by stating that it was done to protect sensitive student data. Leak sites are growing in popularity amongst ransomware gangs. Although these incidents are growing in frequency, the good news is not all ransomware gangs operate leak sites. But the number of known leak sites has been slowly growing since December of 2019, when the hackers behind Maze ransomware launched the first ever known leak site. Ransomware gangs who we can confirm are operating leak sites include the ACO, Avedon, Clop, DarkSide, Doppelpaymer, Maze, Netwalker, Ragnarlocker, Revil, and Sekhmet. Although some of these gangs may be small-time groups, many like Maze, Doppelpaymer, Revil, and Netwalker are some of the more prolific ransomware gangs operating today. Like BitPaymer, WastedLocker, Lockbit, ProLocker, and Dharma, other major groups are yet to adopt leak sites. Some experts feel that this is done in an effort to not attract attention to their illegal activities, as leak sites tend to draw attention from cybersecurity firms and law enforcement officials. Conti Ransomware gang launches a new leak site. In late summer 2020, another major ransomware group shifted towards the double extortion model and launched a new leak site. The operators behind Conti Ransomware, a relatively new ransomware strain, which experts believe is operated by the same group behind Ryuk ransomware, are operating two leak sites on both the public internet and the dark web. According to BreachKey, the sites already list 26 companies that have declined to pay the ransom demands. For each company publicly listed on the site, the Conti Ransomware group has leaked documents stolen from their networks. It seems that double extortion is here to stay, and that this new trend also means that companies need to continue to work towards increased vigilance against ransomware attacks. While previously, victims only had to recover files and get back to day-to-day operations, today, these malicious attacks almost always involve the theft of sensitive corporate data, employee, or personal details about customers. This means that ransomware events also require an in-depth response and additional network audits to discover any backdoors that could be used for future attacks. Although there have been conflicting reports, SunCrypt ransomware is believed to have joined the Maze cartel. With this new potential alliance, we may possibly get insight on how these groups are working together. Maze was previously thought to be working with Lockbit, but that gang soon expanded to include Ragnarlocker. Has SunCrypt actually joined the Maze ransomware cartel? Despite denials from the operators of Maze ransomware, the operators of SunCrypt ransomware claim that they have joined the Maze ransomware cartel. According to an analysis of SunCrypt ransomware, the code is installed via a heavily obfuscated PowerShell script. When the ransomware is executed, it connects to the URL below and transmits information about the attack and its victim. The IP address used is one of the addresses that the Maze operation uses, and Maze infections also transmit information to this IP address during an attack. The shared IP address could mean one of two things. Maze is either sharing their infrastructure with other ransomware groups or white labeling their ransomware technology. What we know about SunCrypt ransomware. SunCrypt ransomware is still in the early phases of analysis, but it is known to be distributed as a DLL that, when executed, will encrypt a computer's files. While encrypting files, it appends a hexadecimal hash to the end of each file name. Additionally, every encrypted folder also contains a ransom note titled your_files_r_encrypted.html that contains details on what occurred to a victim's files and a link to a Tor payment website. The Tor link enclosed in the ransom note is also hard-coded into the ransomware's executable. This means every unfortunate victim whose files are encrypted by a particular SunCrypt executable will have the same Tor payment site link. The Tor payment also contains a chat screen where a victim can negotiate a ransom with the SunCrypt ransomware operators. The SunCrypt ransom note contains a link to the SunCrypt data leak site that the ransomware operators maintain will be used to publish the victim's data in the event of non-payment. Currently, there are 5 victims listed on the SunCrypt data leak site, and unfortunately for victims, it is not known if it is possible to recover infected files for free. Cryptojacking, also known as browser-based cryptocurrency mining, has made a surprising comeback in 2020. According to Symantec's Threat Landscape Trends report for Q2 2020, cryptojacking saw a 163% increase in detections compared to the previous quarters. The spike was unusual, as most security experts considered the method to be dead. Browser-based cryptojacking explained. The major spike in browser-based cryptocurrency mining, or cryptojacking, took place between September 2017 and March 2019. During that time, it was actually one of the most common forms of cyber attack. The uptick coincided with the launch and subsequent shutdown of CoinHive, a German-based internet service that gave users the ability to mine Monero cryptocurrency inside their website by just adding a JavaScript library to their site's source code. The service was innocently intended to be an alternative website monetization scheme to classic online ads, but the service became popular with cybercrime groups. Cybercriminals started hacking into websites and secretly loading CoinHive's library on the sites with an alternative configuration designed to mine Monero for the criminal groups. This ran until March 2019, when CoinHive operators suddenly announced that they were shutting down. In addition to the end of CoinHive, academic teams who analyzed the scheme's efficiency found that cryptojacking was incredibly inefficient at generating revenue, as just 3 classic online ads could generate as much as 5.5 times more revenue than a web-based cryptojacking script. Is a router hijacking botnet to blame for cryptojacking's rebirth? A source in the antivirus industry has told website ZDNet that a router botnet likely caused the newest surge in cryptojacking detections. The source, who did not want to be identified by name, said that similar incidents have occurred previously in Latin America. Hacking outfits can break into home routers and modify DNS settings to hijack legitimate web traffic, use hack routers as proxies, or enable them to launch DDoS attacks. In rare instances, groups will also experiment with other ways of monetizing router botnets, including deploying cryptojacking scripts, which are usually modified versions of the old CoinHive.js library, updated to work with the now defunct CoinHive service. Despite the new spikes in browser-based cryptojacking detections, a full comeback is not expected. Most of the cybercrime groups who experimented with cryptojacking in the past would usually drop it after several weeks, as they discover that browser-based cryptocurrency mining is not an efficient way to make a profit. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.